Hey everyone, it's the Firefly Captain here, and today we have a special package from Vintage Nerf. In this box is a Nerf Supermaxx disc shooter, but the thing is that it's actually broken, and Vintage Nerf sent it to me to see if I could try to fix it. So that is going to be the goal of today's video. Can we fix this blaster? Also, I know he did actually throw in a couple of bonus items. I did already open up the box, and I did see one of them, but I really haven't looked at anything. So honestly, let's just get right into this and check it out. Here is the inside of the box, and check this out. Vintage Nerf sent me one of the Aero Glider Launcher NB1s with that interesting scatter paint job. That is super cool. He did tell me that he didn't have any gliders to really give with this one, but that's alright because we can totally just use one of these missiles here. Let's try it out. Nice. Let's see. Oh. Nerf King. Check that out. And he did actually throw in one Supermaxx start, which is much appreciated because these are not exactly the easiest starts to find. I myself only have two of them, so it's nice to have a third one, and it's a different color. And we got the main event right here. Let's check it out. There it is. The blaster that we will hopefully fix. Alright, so we need to kind of check out what we're working with here. So we can see that there is this cylinder right here. Actually has the discs inside. And it looks like this is, I guess, how you, like, prime the blaster? I guess. It's definitely not doing anything. I can't, and I don't think this is like a air tank, right? So, and this trigger is, I don't know, that seems locked up more than it probably should be. So, yeah, I mean, definitely broken. I don't know what's going on there. Well, there's really nothing left to do except just open it up. So I think we want to start with this piece because there are two screws for that. And then I guess just after that, take off all the screws for this main purple unit, I guess. So let's get started. Time to take this off. There we go. Let's take out these discs. These are interesting, to say the least. They're just very, like, generic looking in their shape. I'm already not looking forward to these internals. He did actually say that they were rather complex, so I just hope we can figure this out. Okay, so I did actually realize that there is another stage of screws that we actually have to do before we move down to this other level here. He did say that you do have to disassemble from top to bottom, but yeah, now I see that. There is another level of screws that we have to do. Then we move on to here, and I mean, I don't know if we would even have to go more than that, to be honest. I hope we can fix this with disassembling it as little as possible, but I don't know. We'll see. I really hope we can fix this thing. It would be so cool if we could. Oh, oh, wait. Okay, I hope whatever just fell was just like a screw or something, because I'm sure it probably was. Well, we're in. So no, actually, it looks like whatever just fell, it was these two pieces, and I don't really know exactly how that's going to go back in, because, of course, it falls as I'm trying to open up the shell. What we can sort of see, though, is that when I move this, you can see where it moves inside there, so I'm just trying to figure out how that interacts, and we seem to have a torsion spring, so I believe, at least I would say that's probably the thing that's firing the actual disc. So it's essentially like a vortex blaster, I guess. I did just figure something out. When this is down, we can press the trigger. So that has to be down in order to fire. Whoa. Hey, wait, we just did something. So it seems to me that the way this works is when you push this in, it's supposed to push that spring, but it's like it's not doing that, I guess. So I think I might have figured out what the problem is, potentially. There's this little unit here that this piece sits in, and this, when you actually push this in, it pushes that black unit with this white piece to then, turn the torsion spring. The problem is that it's not sitting in that, so you have to push it down, and when I do that, you can see it actually functions, I think the way it's kind of supposed to. So that's interesting. It could literally just be a problem with that torsion spring. But now the problem is, how are we gonna fix this? Like, how can we make it so that this sits in here better? So I just took a moment to analyze this and really try to figure out how we can fix it, and I think I might have a solution. So again, the problem really is like that torsion spring, right? It's sticking up higher than it should because we can push this down. And so the thing is that when we push this down, we can actually push this and it moves with it. But when we're not pushing it down and it is lifting up, it doesn't stay in there and we can't prime it. So what I'm thinking is we could maybe make a 3D printed piece that I would probably unfortunately have to glue it on like the top part here, which that would kind of suck having to do something like that to this, but I don't know. I feel like that's it's probably the best way to really do this because I can't really like replace a torsion spring. I don't really have anything to replace it with. Um, I think what we can do though is add some piece in here that would essentially reduce that empty space between the top of this and this piece, and would essentially always push it down and kind of it'd be curved kind of around this piece so that it would follow that same path. If that's how we're going to try to fix this, then this is going to take longer than I was maybe hoping for, so I will have to model something up to try to fix that. Alright, so I did some work and I installed this piece inside here, and the concept is that it'll kind of push down that white piece as it rides along it, and we are going to test it for the first time. I don't think it's quite catching, is it? It's making the same sound from before, so I don't think the white piece is actually staying on, but we're definitely getting somewhere. I mean, I can feel it. It's definitely riding along, but I do think once we get almost to the point, it just, yeah, comes right off. Alright, we are back, and I'm actually recording on Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving, everyone. And now to show you our new solution, if you look closely, you can see I added that piece in there, and that's actually forcing it down. To be honest, I don't think that's going to stay on. It's probably going to end up breaking, most likely when it snaps back into place, but, I mean, we'll give it a try. Also, don't think that I forgot about these two pieces right here. Of course, they had fallen out of the blaster. I was taking the top half of the shell, so I didn't even get the chance to see where they went. But I looked at it a bit more, and I did figure it out. They actually put the little rod right here, and then you take this piece and slide that over. And then when you put the top half of the shell on, there's another part of that the rod slides into, and then this is like a free spinning wheel. Top half of the shell on, you can see there's that white piece right there. Let's get this on. Okay, well, we're gonna try this again. Man, really? Alright, I'm back again, and at this point, I have fixed one problem with this piece, but there's still another problem to fix, right? It's just still not catching, it's not getting, far back enough to actually latch onto the catch. So, just recently, I tried a potential solution of adding a piece onto the bar, and the concept is that it would get, since it's able to get really close, I figured maybe if we add a piece that then kind of reach over to the catch and latch on, that maybe that'd work. First of all, it was not sticking onto the bar. That maybe could have been better if I'd put like another piece on here that would then reach over to the bar or something, I guess. I don't know. But even then, there's still a problem, right? This spring is actually blocking the area where the disc needs to fall down, right? If it were to theoretically catch at this point, right? It's still blocking the disc, so that doesn't work. And even the concept of maybe like bending the spring more to the right, well, that's not going to do anything because it does kind of have to be bound to this. So if this were to be more to the right, basically it would just be in a new spot and it wouldn't change anything. But then that got me thinking about that piece that it has to be in. And I think I might have one more idea and it might just work. What if we take that out of the spot that it's supposed to be in and actually put it kind of more within here? Because of it still having this wall piece right here, it should still be able to push it, but it would be further ahead. So that might just do it. So now you can see what I meant by that. It's not in the piece that it's technically supposed to be in, but it's further up. Is it gonna work? No way. It just caught. To think that all this time I was doing all these kind of ridiculous things and doing 3D prints and stuff when I literally could have just put this further ahead. Like, it doesn't require me to print anything. You just don't have it in there. You just put it more forward from this piece. But okay, we did it. We fixed the blaster. Reassemble now just to make sure that this is in fact working. Well, I mean, yeah, it worked. It's just I think maybe that roller piece might have been a problem there. Let's try it again. Hold on. But yeah, there we go. There's a good shot. Wow. Okay. Well, I am still happy to fix this blaster, despite it being fixed in such a silly way. But I did still have to fix that other problem too with the 3D print, right? That one piece that I kind of wedged the spring to, prevent it from springing up too much because it wasn't able to catch on. So I did still have to fix that part too, but yeah, just I cannot believe it was that easy of a fix. Overall, though, I did enjoy fixing this blaster. It was definitely a fun project. Also, very thankful for Vintage Nerf sending me out one of these Aero Glider launchers along with that Supermaxx Start too. Just very nice. He didn't have to do that, but he did. So, really appreciate him giving me this with it. And I do believe that is about it. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next one.